Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Okay. Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
Oh my goodness. We are so excited today because we have an amazing find of the TikTok slash social media universe. A lot of people know him as the Average Joe Sports Network. We know him as Cameron, which is kind of awesome that we know him otherwise. But Cameron, welcome. Welcome to Gloves Off Seattle.
Welcome, welcome.
I'm super excited to do this. I'm really excited to be here today.
Yes.
You were so excited you thought it was yesterday, right?
I actually thought it was a week ago. Last
Oh,
last Sunday, I was like telling people I was going to do this, and I checked the date, and I was like, oh, November, and then I thought it was yesterday because in school I don't have any classes on Fridays, so my Thursdays always feel like Fridays. I still get it
Nice.
confused.
Nice.
So we're here now.
yeah.
That is the best. I think there was a semester when I was in college that I did that too. I like purposely moved all my classes like Monday through Thursday so that every weekend was a 3-day weekend. It was pretty
It's great.
amazing. So if you can do it for sure. So we were talking about this a little before we started recording, but I'm going to say the reason why I was introduced to Cameron, which I just so appreciated, is he tagged our friend Ava 365 Hockey Girl in a post where he was talking about women content creators and like basically just women that talk about, sports in general, and how interesting it was and how different the content was between, men talking about sports and women talking about sports. So I know we really want to hear about how you got into hockey, but I just kind of want to hear about like sports in general. Like, how did you get into sports in general, and like, how is this your focus now?
I have like a super complicated relationship with sports because when I was younger, I watched them and I played them. And then after a little bit, I kind of just slowly stopped caring because after a little bit of like time being into sports and playing them, I started to like just fall off with my interest and get into other things. Some of those other things were Rubik's Cubes, reading Harry Potter, playing video games, things of that nature. And then after a little bit, I just in my English class in my junior year of high school, I had to write about um just adversity that I've gone through in my life, and I chose to write about when I was doing track because in my freshman year, I still wasn't interested in sports again, but I was running track. And when I was writing about it, I was like, this is kind of interesting. Maybe I should maybe I can rekindle my interest in sports by writing about it. So I started doing that, and I actually got my start in sports journalism by writing about the volleyball team at my high school, my second high school, because the volleyball coach, she was my history teacher and we were really close. And she got me like on like courtside at one of their games, and I was writing about it, and I started publishing my articles there, and I'm doing what I'm doing now.
That is,
awesome.
yeah, that's very cool. So we're gonna extrapolate this because the whole preface of our show is I'm the newbie to hockey. So like I've
Right.
only been a hockey fan for, less than 2 years now. Patty's a longtime hockey fan. So I'm always interested, like, how do people get into hockey? I got into hockey because I married somebody that was into hockey, but how did you get into hockey?
I feel like my answer is really similar to a lot of other people's answers. I started watching Four Nations. That's how I got into hockey.
Yeah, no, I think that is, I mean, I hear a lot of people say that that's, how they got into hockey. So,
Mhm.
and I mean, it's taken off. Like, is that
Yeah, I started watching hockey for Four Nations. I watched the game before we lost. I watched when we beat Canada. I was like, "Oh, this is sick. We just beat Canada in their own game. This is awesome. I'm gonna watch again and see if we beat them in the final." We didn't beat them in the final, but when I was watching, it was interesting because it felt different than any other time I've tried to watch hockey. I've tried to watch hockey a couple times, but I just never kept up with it. It felt like boring and like nothing was happening because they're not scoring. Like it's not like basketball. They're not scoring
right?
every couple seconds. But when I watched it that time, it felt a little bit different. So I was like, there's something going on here. I like it now.
I
And
wonder what the
funny
difference was.
enough,
Yeah.
funny enough, the first hockey player that I knew the name of was Dylan Larkin. I don't really know why. I
Hmm.
don't even I
Do
don't
you know
even
who
follow
that
him on
is?
Instagram
I
anymore.
don't.
I don't know who that
I
is.
don't.
Who is that? Who do you play
I
for?
think he plays for the Carolina Hurricanes, if he
Mm.
Mm.
still does. I actually don't even remember who he plays for. It's either the Red Wings or the Canes. I don't even remember.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so now I like hockey.
That's cool. So I think one of the things for me and why I never got into hockey previously was it's just a sport that's really hard to understand as far as
At
like the
first,
rules
yeah.
and like what's going on. Well, and I think unless you have somebody who's willing or you're willing to do the research yourself just to really
Mhm.
figure out like what the rules are and what everything means and what's going on, it's a lot. And so,
It is.
I'm grateful because, Patty would sit beside me at hockey games and just tell me what was going on when I'm just like,
Yeah.
wait, like why is that not a whatever? And she's like, no, because of this and this. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and now I can start to see things for myself, which is really
It
cool.
is still
So,
confusing because I still can't even tell if something's icing half the time or not. I'm
well,
just I'm just here. I don't know.
That's
Goalie
that's one of the
interference?
hardest one. Yeah. But
yeah.
it's
I don't
funny
know.
because you talk about scoring and like there's been a couple I of course I can't bring the game to my mind right now, but a couple games that I know that were just the most exciting games going scoreless into the third, and it's just really
Yeah.
exciting games. But for some people that's just they cannot find excitement in that because there's not I don't know if it's the instant gratification of something going through the hoop or,
Yeah.
scoring or whatever, but yeah, hockey, I don't know. I just find it interesting wherever. Okay, but I'm gonna hop to the next one.
No, 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 go ahead.
Why Vancouver? Like, what brought
Whoa,
you to
whoa, whoa, wait. Well, my first question is why PWHL? Because like we're talking, I mean, obviously right now, like we've been talking about the NHL. So how did you
Yeah.
make the jump over? Because I also know that you're a Canucks fan.
Yeah.
So but I also want to put out there in the world that I also know that you lived in Seattle at one point. So like
I have.
how do we get there? Like explain yourself,
Okay.
Cameron.
So PWHL, I was watching I've been an NHL guy like since I started getting into hockey. And then I was like, I mean, I watched the WNBA, I watch women's soccer. Why not just keep it going and try out women's hockey? The first game I watched, I think it was the Frost versus the Scepters. I was like, this is pretty cool. I like Sarah Nurse, so I was like,
Mm,
try watching it. But the problem was I didn't have a team to root for, so I just watched like the league here and there. I still am not really familiar with all the players and like who everybody is and everything, but I just watch.
yeah.
My wife knows more of them because she follows them all on social media. And I'm like just getting into them because I was an NHL for the longest time, season ticket holder
Hmm.
for the Anaheim Ducks just forever. And I knew that the women's league started and I tried to go, I went a cross country trip and I tried to go see some games, but it just wasn't connecting at the dates that I was going.
Hmm.
So I don't know the players either. She knows them from social media. So if we ran into them, she would know. She's like, oh yeah, there's that. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
But it's funny because then Patty's gonna know. I mean, as we start to really watch games, she'll understand more about like they're playing. Like we just this it'll have come out by now. I can talk about it. So we interviewed Mariah Keppel, and we were
Hmm.
talking about her defensive style, and like Patty just goes into like, "Are you a da 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 da?" And I'm like, What are you talking about?" But because she understands the game more than I do. But
Right.
Mariah and I had a great conversation about her fashion.
And I was
So
like, what? It was total role reversal then.
it
That was,
was,
yeah, it
yeah.
was funny.
Anyways, but yeah, so okay, so you're a Sarah Nurse fan. Is that why Vancouver? Is that why you're a PWHL Vancouver fan because of Sarah Nurse?
Actually, no. I was a fan. I was so excited when we got Sarah Nurse because I knew it was either going to be Hillary Knight or Sarah Nurse. I was hoping so hard for Sarah Nurse,
Mm.
but I'm a PWHL Vancouver fan because I'm a Canucks fan. So I was like, I had been a Canucks diehard fan already.
Okay, but
The team
why?
got
Why are you
announced.
a diehard Canucks fan?
So my dad is ex-military. He was in the military for 26 years. So
Thank you for his
I was
service.
born in Louisiana, moved to Mississippi, moved to Texas, moved to Washington.
Yeah.
It's a key point. Moved to Washington, moved back to Texas, moved to Florida. Wait, I think
Wow.
I mixed
He's
it up.
forgotten.
He's having to
I
think
know you
about it.
forgot
I
one in
know.
there.
I think I mixed it up. But and then at some point, finish off in Alabama, come back to college in Mississippi, right? That time when I lived in Washington, I think I was in second, third, fourth grade. And I was like 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. I had a Canuck shirt. I don't really know why, because no one in my family watches hockey, and the Kraken didn't exist at the time. So
Right.
I had a random Canuck shirt. I was watching Four Nations. I was like, got to pick a team now, don't I? And I was like, I remember that shirt that I had like when I was like in second grade. Now I'm here.
That's it, Vancouver from a shirt from childhood.
That's great. Well,
Exactly.
you know that Patty started her NHL fandom as a Canucks fan. So she was a Canucks fan from back in the day from
Really?
Yep.
Way, way back. I don't even know. Maybe you know it from history, but you definitely weren't alive at the time at all. But
Yeah.
when the Canucks went to Game 7 against the Rangers in '94, um, yeah, not
Man,
even in your, yeah, Mark Messier, Pavel Bure.
Mark Messier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's long, long.
So the funny thing is she changed her fandom over to Anaheim because she lived in Southern California.
It's just
Uh-huh.
hard to root for the away team. It's just hard to
It
root for.
really is hard, especially a team that you need a passport to go and see.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, I that makes sense. All of that makes sense. I get it now. And what's the fascination with Sarah Nurse? Like
I
why
know.
I knew she would grapple onto that.
yeah,
So
I'm curious. I'm just curious.
for me, like the reason that I do what I do in terms of social media content is like I just want people to feel included, right? When it comes to talking about sports, because for a long time I felt like I wasn't a true sports fan. Like I let a lot of people make me like feel that way just because of the way that I would call myself a fan because I don't know every player's name. I don't know every coach's name. I don't remember what year this game was. And a lot of people would make me feel insecure about my status as a fan just because I didn't know everything.
Mm,
And I wanted to create a space where you don't have to know that stuff to feel like a part of the experience. So I say that to say inclusion to me is everything. And in hockey, it's a space where I feel like people of color aren't really included. It's nice to see people that are sort of like representatives for people of color. And, Sarah Nurse just so happens to be one of those people on the women's side.
Yeah, for sure.
that's amazing.
Well, and I think that's going to lead us into our next conversation because I know that that's part of your, your desire in the social
Mhm,
media that you have and that sort of thing is like, how does it feel, especially to be a young Black hockey fan? Like, I think
mhm,
hockey even more than a lot of other sports because I don't think that like being BIPOC in a lot of other sports necessarily is such an oddity, but
mhm,
it is very whitewashed in hockey. So, talk to us
mhm.
a little bit about how that feels.
My experience is it's been a little interesting so far just because I feel like I'll be scrolling social media. There's black people getting into hockey every single day,
Yes.
like at this point. So like I don't feel as alone as I did before, but when
Good.
it came to when I first started watching hockey and was on social media trying to find people to follow, people reached out their hand all the time, but it was just the people that tried to make me feel like I shouldn't be here
Mm,
that really like that's why I wrote the article that I wrote that's still pinned on my Instagram because it was just me venting about my experience when I first started watching hockey and how it just felt like I didn't belong and it felt awkward for that first couple months until
Mhm.
I found my group of people. So I mean, that's really all it is for me, but I'm loving it now because it's black people get into hockey every single day, and there's people that even see me and tell me that I'm doing something
You
that's
are.
like inspiring to people, which I don't really understand. I still don't really get why people watch my videos myself,
oh no,
but as
I
long
say
as people are
that.
telling me,
Yeah, we say that stuff all the time. We're like, we don't understand why people listen to us, but they do. So you know what? We're gonna keep doing
yeah,
it. So
And you're in the right space because I don't remember things like even I vague things, but I don't remember like specific details. And, my wife is a newbie. And so we are in that space where everyone is welcome, no matter what you remember,
right,
no matter what who you're rooting for or what
even how
what
you
brought you
came into the
in.
fandom. Yeah,
Yeah.
how you came into the fandom. I think that's
yeah,
the thing is like I want to talk about that because I feel like hockey is a super gatekept sport. And you kind of touched on that a little bit with being obviously, a BIPOC person and feeling like it's even more gatekept. But I feel like even for, I mean, especially for women too, like it's
hmm,
just hard to find a space where it's, it's safe and comfortable, but that's growing, right?
right, right.
So, I just like, I mean, think I know the answer how you're gonna answer, but like, do you feel like this is super gate kept? Is this, elusive?
It It really is, and not even just from like a racial standpoint or just a what you believe in sort of standpoint, even a price standpoint.
Yeah.
Even
I'm
white
so
people
glad you
that want
said
to
that.
go
I
and play
wanted to
hockey.
go there. I wanted to go
Even
there.
even if white people are the majority of hockey, the hockey community, we know this. there's white people out there that can't play hockey because it's too expensive. If your
Yes.
son wants to play goalie, what are
Yep.
you gonna
Forget
do?
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The goalie gear is too expensive. The leagues are too expensive. There might not even be hockey in your city. The only rink in the state of Mississippi, I think there's only one, and it's 6 hours away from me, or something like that. If there even is one in the state. Montreal has like 400.
Wow.
So
That's
it's
weird.
just not very accessible.
Yeah.
Even if you are in the majority of people that are in the community, it's still not accessible sometimes.
Yeah. To the
Yeah.
sport. I'm really glad.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that you started talking about that because I really wanted to go there because I do feel like it's one of those things that there's such a a price for entry for people,
Yeah.
and it's like if you can't afford it, and I think that there are some good programs. We
Bahar
actually
runs a great one.
do what?
Bahar runs
Yeah, so that's
skate for free and
so
learn.
here in the Seattle area we have, I mean, like you were saying, like what did you say, 400 rinks in Montreal, or
Yeah.
yeah, so like
One in
yeah, and
Mississippi.
one in
Yeah.
Mississippi. So it's like that, like that the disparity is insane. And I understand that it's a winter sport, like a cold weather
Right.
sport, but it's like we also play it indoors.
Exactly right. It's inside of a building.
It's not like it couldn't be other places. But
Right.
I want to talk about a little bit, like I know that you started doing I know that you've been skating. Like I've seen your videos of you
Yeah.
skating. So like, I mean, is there like, are you thinking like maybe ice hockey at some point, or is this just for fun and
I
to
don't know.
see?
I'm scared of ice hockey. Like I'm scared of ice skating because I've never tried it before. But
Mm,
it's accessible to me because if I was to go home from college where the University of Alabama plays, they play in Birmingham. Like they travel to Birmingham because we have an ice rink there. That's where our minor league team plays. And they
okay.
do like public skates sometimes. So in terms of just being in the South, that's people don't understand how incredibly rare that is to be
Yeah.
able to have like access to. So I would definitely try it. I've had the chance to try it, but I got scared, so I just never did.
Oh. Well, yeah, I was gonna say here in Seattle, I know that there are tons of free to skate programs, but I mean, it's like
And I've joked about it too. I'm like, oh yeah, first one's free. First
right.
one's free.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then
it's
you're
like,
hooked.
yeah. And
And they
it
get you.
it's
Yeah.
crazy expensive. It's a crazy expensive sport.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that I don't know how to change that, right? Because it's
Mhm.
like the gear that you need, to play the sport is just
Yeah.
there's a cost to it. And from what everyone tells us, like, and I've never played hockey before either, but like as you become older and older and more, serious about it, like you can't wear gear that doesn't fit
Fit
you.
Right.
properly.
That's
Right.
not just for you, and so and then that just gets like exponentially more expensive.
Right.
So
And then just to touch back on the being in the South angle, because you got to think about this. If you're a teenager in the South that wants to take hockey seriously, like your parents might have played it, your parents might be from Minnesota. If you want to take it really seriously and you want to play like actual serious hockey,
You gotta
you have to
move.
play for the junior Preds. And you live
right,
in Georgia or you live in Mississippi, you live in Alabama, you got to go
right.
play for the junior Preds. If you live in Texas, you got to go play for the Stars. If you live in Louisiana, you might have to go play for the Junior Stars program. And that costs a lot of money. So it's just not very accessible, even if you want to do it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably even less accessible for the girls. Like, I mean, because
Oh
that's,
yeah.
obviously our angle that we're coming at is I just think that even less accessible because it's, we were talking to one of the goalie coaches for the Kraken, and she was
Mhm.
saying that, now there's I think three teams of girls where when she
Mhm.
started there wasn't even one. And
Mm-mm.
like all of the women that we talked to that are playing in the league now all started playing co-ed. Like they were all on boys teams.
Yeah,
They were one of
Because
like,
they wanted to play, and it was the only place that they could get a
and
exactly.
these
team together.
but, like,
Like,
these are Canadian women. Like they're,
Yeah.
like they're full on like Canadian women that had hockey, growing up. It's just they don't, it's just it's the women's hockey world is just now expanding, and we haven't gotten to the south part of the United States yet,
Shoot, and
unfortunately.
that's why I'm such a fan of Jessica Campbell. She's really a dog. She grew up playing with boys too.
Yeah, she
yeah,
did. Yeah. I mean, I mean, we have yet to talk to one. I don't think we've talked to one person, coach, player, GM, whatever, all the
all
people
ages
yeah,
Hmm.
all ages. They've all told the same story, which is
starting
I
playing with
agree. I
the
mean, even Jenna Buglioni, who is the,
Right.
brand new out of college, like probably the youngest person on the team, she started playing with boys. Like, and
Hmm.
that's how she grew up. So
yeah.
it's, to me, it's like it's hopefully we can get over that hump to, now the girls
Yeah.
can just play elitely with girls and move up in their levels as they want to, with
Right.
other female players. So
Right.
yeah. But that's I love that angle. Thank you for bringing that up.
Hmm.
Financial, but also just access in general, because yeah, the South part of the United
Yeah.
States does not
No.
have it.
Yeah.
Does not have it.
Yep.
And then I really wanted to hear, I mean, I've heard Sarah Nurse, obviously. What are some other athletes that you feel like are really pushing the movement forward in hockey, for diversity?
Even though he's an AHL player, Jabril Torre, whenever his helmet came off and I seen a do-rag under his helmet, I knew. I was like, we're not that far away from where I want to be.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We're on the way there. And then Shunreet Basi, she just got drafted by PWHL Vancouver, person of color in the PWHL. Layla Edwards, she plays for
Oh my
Wisconsin. She's
gosh.
doing great work. She's
Oh
really
yeah,
inspiring.
she's gonna play for Team USA more than
She-
likely in the
She's
Olympics. So
she's
yeah,
inspiring like young black girls to actually try
yeah.
hockey out. Blake Bolden, she actually follows me. That was one of the most impressed that or surprised I've ever been from someone following me before. I
That
was like,
gives you a
there's
little
no
jolt,
way.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, and that was when I didn't have over 1,000 followers. I'm like, what did she see on my account where I'm being followed by the first black woman to play professional hockey? I was like, this is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean,
so
I think
in terms of
that
moving the game
speaks to
forward,
I
that's
think that
good.
speaks to who your audience is, and I think that that's what's really important is that you are moving, you are moving the needle and opening it up. And I know that there's other creators, it's not just you, but
Right.
there, it's an impressive thing to watch. And I think I said this to you. Like I love the fact that in my feed every day, I've got multiple young black, creators that come up and that are talking about hockey in a way that like I don't understand half of what you guys are talking about. It's great. It's amazing. So,
Yeah, so I just try to make everybody feel included. White woman, black man, white man. I just want everybody to feel included. No matter what your reason was for feeling like you were excluded, you can come to my account and feel included somewhere.
I love
Love
it.
it. That's what we all want, isn't it? Just
Right.
to feel included, to
Right.
feel like we belong.
Well, and be part of the
Exactly.
community. I think that that's what we talk about too. And I think, Cameron, now, we're kind of all in this community together. It's like,
Yeah,
how do we build this community in a way that makes it into what we want it to be, right? And so that's what I
exactly.
love about being connected with you and, with the Avas of the world and that sort of thing, just because we're all doing it from our own viewpoint, like our own,
Right.
and I love the fact that it's also like there's no competition, man. We're all in this together. Other than
Yeah,
we'll get to what the real competition is, but like I mean, other than the actual game playing of between our teams, like there's not competition as far as what we're doing. We're all here just to build each other up, which is awesome. So,
exactly.
okay, I want to hear about your sports journey. You said you ran track. What other sports did you play growing up?
Uh, I played football for like one game. That didn't that didn't work.
Well, you
Uh,
lived in Texas. It's kind of obligatory as a young man in Texas, isn't it?
Funny enough, actually, that's what I lived in Washington when I tried to play football. And I remember whenever I used to practice, our field overlooked what was it the Rainiers? Isn't that the minor league baseball team out
Yeah,
there?
Cheney Stadium. Yeah,
It's
we
right
live
by
Yeah.
we
us.
live in Tacoma, so yeah, that's
Yeah,
our code
yeah,
is.
my practice field overlooked them and then
Were you
on
guys
the
at
middle
JBLM? I'm sorry to be all like
yes.
nosy. Yeah, you were JBLM.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah, that's our
so
hood.
I played military basketball on there whenever I was like a really young kid. Then I stopped caring about sports. Then I started being interested in sports again when I started running track not my junior year, my freshman year. I started running track, and that went about as good as running track in Texas for your first time can go. Uh,
A lot
I
of
did.
sweating. That's all I'm thinking
It's a
I
about.
lot of
spent
sweating.
I spent 2 years at my first high school, and then I ran track for one more year at my next high school, and I started doing sports journalism for my senior year. So I was just the team manager for that at that point for track.
Awesome. Okay, and are you playing anything now? I mean, I know you're in college. Are you playing any collegiate sports, or are you just doing sports, the journalism aspect?
I'm not playing sports, but I'm way closer to sports than I ever thought I would be. I'm doing press conferences now, and it's crazy that I never thought I would get here.
That's awesome. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that. Tell us where do you go to school, what your major is. Like, I want to hear all about that and what you're doing because it's you're doing some exciting things.
I'm going to the University of Southern Mississippi. I'm a communication studies major, and really, I do a lot of focus on sports. So even though I am, just a communications major, I focus a lot on the sports around here. I write in the newspaper. I'm on a football show. I'm on a sports show. and I just help out with general sports stories for the news at my school.
Okay, am I wrong? Did you do a play-by-play for a hockey game?
Yeah, that's my internship with College Hockey South. I've done play-by-play once. I hated it. I did not like it.
Oh,
But
okay.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
my throat hurt so bad afterwards.
Mm,
And then it was just so much talking. It may not seem like it right now, but I'm a really quiet dude.
mm,
It was a lot of talking. It was the most
yeah.
talking I've ever done in my whole life, actually. It was so bad. And I feel like I didn't do good at all. But the experience was cool to have though. It was cool to be
Yeah.
the guy that was calling for the goals for once. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exciting. Were there a lot of goals?
Actually, yeah, I watched some pretty good teams play. People don't realize that down here, the teams that do exist, they can actually they have some good players on them.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I know that you and Will from Trailer Park Sports, were you
Mhm.
there together? Was that a
Yeah, we were at the Columbus Classic together. That's actually where this hat's from. It's
okay.
Fort Benning Hockey Club. I got it at the pro shop. That was my first time in a hockey pro shop. It was awesome. They had it at the rink that they were playing at. But that tournament was very cool. It was cool to go out there and give coverage to because when you think about it, club hockey itself already isn't covered very much. So when you go and you try to go cover women's club hockey in the South, nobody is covering that. So it felt good to be the one of the people that was out there actually covering it and helping it run and like actually making it happen.
Awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I
I
love
actually got
it.
some players to autograph this hat that I'm wearing right now.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
we
awesome.
can't
It was
see it because the light's hitting it
Yeah,
the wrong way.
it
I don't know if
is.
you can like
Like
bend
like
down.
it's
Like I can
glowing.
totally see it.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's a
Love
signature
it.
as I see it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's much better. Oh, that's so cool.
Very cool.
It was cool to like
Now he's got to
to
fix it.
make
Now
some
it's
players
crooked. You
feel
got to fix
it
your
was
hat.
cool to make some players feel special, like
Yeah.
they were actually out there doing something that somebody wanted their autograph. So I
Yeah.
think I asked like 5 players for their autograph. It was a cool
Oh, that's
experience.
so cool. That's
Awesome.
awesome. And one day when they're playing in the PWHL, you're going to be like,
Like,
look,
look,
I've got their.
your hat.
Exactly. And they were playing for Auburn women's hockey. So
Wow.
Love
awesome.
it.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
love it. Okay. So we're gonna shift and we're gonna talk about the fact that we are dubbing the week that this episode comes out as Rivalry Week. Because if you don't know, Cameron is a Vancouver fan, which we are still flabbergasted by, and we are Seattle fans. And so this is the week before the inaugural game between the two teams, and we can't be more excited
I'm so
for the fact
excited.
that we have this game coming up. So tell me, why aren't you a Seattle fan again? Just
The
kidding.
shirt, man, the shirt and the Canucks, and I was like, you know what? We got a team now. I'm actually a Mariners fan too and a Seahawks fan, which is funny.
Right, which is very funny, and I get that the
So
crowd,
odd.
but
It's odd.
but you can kind of understand too because the Kraken weren't around when he started his NHL
I get
fandom,
it.
and so if you have to choose a team, the Canucks are a good team, this. So
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of understand it. I mean, it's sad for you because you're gonna lose to Seattle, but it's
That's
not
not true. That's not true at all. We're
Well,
winning the cup, bro.
okay. That's what
That's
we're
the
saying
problem.
too.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna let you guys run your show, man.
That yeah, it's fine. You can chirp at us. We can take it. We're totally fine with that. Like honestly, at the end of the day, like I'm just like I just want everybody to have fun, and I like really just want the sport to grow. And I do obviously like I have a competitive. I mean, we're competitive. Like we want our team to win, but at the end of the day, like I want it to just be good entertainment. You know what I mean? Like you said,
Secretly, I love Seattle, but I just can't let anybody know.
this is a
Secretly, I
recorded
like both
line.
we're
teams.
recording this,
We have
right?
this.
And we're gonna put this out on our podcast.
That's going to be the headline on the reel she puts out.
Secretly, I love both teams, okay? It's not a secret
Okay,
anymore.
okay,
Secretly, I
okay.
like both. But just for the principle of it, Vancouver has to win.
Got it. Okay, so tell me what's your expectation besides you guys winning the cup? What are your expectations for the season? What do you think? Because this is the first time we've had expansion teams in the league.
Yeah.
So, I did you watch and I guess I didn't ask you this question. Did you watch the league last year?
I casually kept up with the Frost. I just couldn't really build like a connection just because it wasn't really it was my first season watching, so the connection wasn't really there yet. But Taylor Heisey is still one of my favorite players in the league though,
It's a good
Yeah.
when I
one.
was
Yeah.
watching them.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what are your expectations for Vancouver and for Seattle this year? What do you think? Like, do you think it's going to be a rough year for us because it's expansion or, will you tell me
I
what you
think we're
think?
going to finish 1 and 2. I mean, 1 and 2. I don't know.
If the league wasn't so small, I would say because of expansion that the season won't go good. But just because of how small the league is, Seattle and Vancouver took a lot of existing talent in the league already, like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like both teams are on pace to do really well just based off of like just looking at their rosters and who they have on there. And shoot, even who they drafted. Like
Yeah.
both teams drafted pretty well. They did the expansion draft well. It's just going to be a chemistry thing, I feel like. Well, like which team comes together and actually puts it together first is actually going to win.
Yeah, I think we've had this conversation,
Mhm.
more than once. And so not that and it's honestly, I just haven't paid as much attention to the Vancouver line. So it's not even
Mhm.
like not that I know that there's some good players. Like I
Right.
not like I'm gonna but I also think, and this is my take from way back when we, when we went through the expansion draft, is like I think that Hillary Knight built a team around herself. And so
Hmm.
not in a, egotistical like queen of the universe way, but just in a like, this is her, she's in her heyday, like, and she
Right.
has the chutzpah to do it and the, star power to do it. Good for her. Like, that's a total
Right.
boss move. So I personally think, and you might feel differently, but I think we have already built in chemistry because a lot of these players have played together and it was
Hmm.
designed that way. Like they
Right.
were brought here because they already knew what was going to happen with the lines and how they were going to put players together and that sort of thing. So that's just my personal
Hmm.
opinion, but I don't know how you
I
feel about
mean, I don't disagree with it. I just think that it could go either way. Because if Vancouver figures it out faster than Seattle may figure it out, they'll win. If Seattle figures it out faster and they play as a team better quicker, it's really anybody's game because we
it. Yeah.
both have teams with stars on them at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So we just have to get the chemistry together.
Yeah.
Well, and the entire league is elite. I mean, and I
It
said
really is.
I mean, we've heard, said that a million times in the podcast. Like these
Mhm.
are all elite players. It is the question of whether they can bring it all together. I mean, because you look at like, I mean, and I'm not going to throw shade, but like the Victoire. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about some huge star power, like amazing players, and they haven't put it together yet for a cup.
No.
So, and it just, it is what it is.
As
So,
long as the Frost don't win again, I'm cool.
yeah, and we
I'm
feel
okay.
the same way.
If
And
they
I
win
love
a third one,
Minnesota, but
man,
no. Yeah.
they
No.
can't we can't let them win a third one. It's got to be
Share
a
the wealth,
whole league effort to just make sure they don't win a third one.
just not
Two
the
is okay.
frost. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
not them. Anybody.
Yeah.
Just not them.
Anybody but them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. And this was the question I'm about to ask is an addition by my wife. She's like, when are we going to go to a game together, Cameron? When are you going to make it up here so we can go to a game?
Dude, I want to go back so bad. I want to watch the Canucks and PWHL Vancouver play like really
Mm,
bad. I don't
Yes.
have a passport, and I think I should be old enough to go and figure out how to get it myself
yes.
down here in Mississippi.
Yes, you are.
Mhm.
But
You
Now's
just
the
I
time.
need
you
to get a
just need your birth
passport,
certificate.
man.
That's all you need. Just your birth certificate and the application and a little bit of money.
And a
That's
picture.
it.
You need a
Oh,
picture.
yeah,
I need to
picture.
get a passport
Yeah.
and find a way up there because I don't have a car. So people in my comments that asked me to come to stuff,
Yeah.
wish I could,
Well,
man, but I don't have
I
a
will say
car.
this about Vancouver. You can easily go to Vancouver and not have to worry about a vehicle. Like their public transport.
Or Seattle,
Yeah,
if you want
Seattle,
to come
yeah.
and don't get your passport, come when
Vancouver's
Vancouver's
here.
playing
Yeah.
here. Like we would love to go. We have 4 seats.
Yeah, you're
Bring a
welcome.
friend.
You're welcome to one of them 100% for sure. So
And dude,
anytime.
I heard about this like bus thing that you guys are doing, like for
Yes.
the game come. That's
Oh my
awesome.
God. Great
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
segue, Cameron.
Okay, so
Thank you
Cameron,
for
I
that.
cannot thank you more than like you've just like softballed me over the perfect thing because we're gonna pitch it right here.
Let's go.
We actually bought 4 tickets and 4 seats on the bus, so we are gonna give away 2 tickets and 2 seats on the bus. So
To go
and
to the
yeah,
inaugural
we're gonna yeah
game.
so it's gonna be a like share comment thing
Awesome.
on our social media. But yeah, we're giving away 2 seats because we just like we won't. It is there's 2 busfuls of people and a
Hmm.
whole section of seats that we're going to be a whole cheering section for Seattle up in
Seattle's
Vancouver.
coming for it.
That's
And that's making its way around because I didn't even find out from you guys. I found out from somebody on my For You page on TikTok, and
yeah,
then I looked into it and saw it on y'all's page.
yeah. Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
awesome.
it was funny because when it first came out, it was kind of like a hush hush, like don't tell anybody because we just want to make sure we have enough. And we're like, well, can we get extra? Because we want to give away. So we went
Yeah.
ahead and secured that for ourselves up front. But I think there's a few seats left, and so yeah, and just like putting that out there too, like DM us, I'll give anybody information that needs it. But I think there's still some seats left, and it's
Season
really
passports.
reasonable.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously reasonable because the seats are not expensive, and because we're all splitting the bus, like it's a super reasonable ask, like less than
Mhm.
$100 a person for the whole thing. So,
Speaking of price, Ottawa.
yes.
I hope they stay in Ottawa, man. I hope they don't get
Yeah.
moved already.
Yes. Yeah.
That would
I
suck if
know.
they
I
got
don't know.
moved.
I mean, like, I just don't even know what's going to happen. Like, I actually, it's funny because I was like, what's going on? Like, I saw all the memes and
Mhm.
whatever. And then I listened to one of your TikToks, I think, and I was like, oh, okay. Now I understand what's going on is they're trying to move them and force the ticket prices up.
It's so
So,
bad.
well, and I think
It's
that
so bad.
that's
We've got to stop the whole women's sports aren't profitable thing. We've got to stop that.
Yeah.
I
Got to
mean,
stop.
because number one,
Because
it's not true. I mean, like that's the thing is it's not true, and we're in the infancy of a league, and so they cannot expect to
exactly.
charge NHL ticket prices for the
No.
PWHL and attract new. I mean, that's the thing is like we're in it, like we are
Right.
100% in it, and like we're gonna continue to be season ticket holders, for as long as we live, probably. But I just
Right.
think it's hard for people if if the cost of entry even for a game is too much. I mean,
Yeah.
NHL games are stupid expensive.
They're so expensive.
We went to the home opener of the Kraken because they played the Ducks, and so I promised her when she moved up here that I would take her to every game that the Ducks played the Kraken. So I was like, really, why has it got to be the home opener?
It was painful. It
It
was
was.
painful. I'm like, we don't have to go. You don't have to keep your promise on me. It's fine.
I was like,
It's
no, we're
fine.
going. We're going. We went. Anyway, but yeah, yeah, I hope they figure out something too because
I was
That
going
would
to bring that up when
suck
we were talking about
already.
the equipment and playing it. Just going to a game
yeah.
is like on
It's
next
expensive,
level.
dude.
Well, and let's talk about gear, like, jerseys and I mean anything that's branded
I
from
don't know how much other jerseys are. They're expensive too, aren't they? In other
Ooh,
sports?
what?
I don't know, football, basketball.
I think
Oh
so.
yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, definitely. They're so expensive, in fact, that I use my size to my advantage and I specifically buy youth extra large
Kids.
Kids,
Oh,
jerseys.
yes.
yes.
I buy
We love
youth
that.
extra larges because I can't pay all that money for these jerseys, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of jerseys, PWHL
Yes.
Vancouver, if you're listening to this podcast right now, please help me out, okay? I'm a broke college student. I'm just gonna start getting paid next semester. Help me out, bro, please.
That's so funny. Do
Please.
you have a GoFundMe started? Like what's going on?
I don't. I'm trying to get them to find my account, man. I'm tagging them and everything.
Oh, yeah, no, I get it. And I will say this, I will put this out there because we have contacts with, with our team here, the PWHL Seattle team.
Yeah.
They are very small but mighty crew. And so it
Yeah, I
is,
love how
I
active
think
they are.
they are very active, but like it's literally one person. So like that's the
Yeah.
thing is that they are
It's a lot of
just
work.
they are hustling their little buns off to just do what they're doing right now. But I just say
Oh yeah.
you've got a league of support on social media. Just, people could drop a couple bucks like for real, get you a jersey. I love it. I love that idea. I'm putting it out
I'll,
there in the universe for you.
Yes.
I'm also wondering if they're gonna discontinue the OG merch after November
Why drop
6th.
it if they're not going to keep they can't keep selling it, right?
Yeah, I think they will. I don't think that
I don't know.
I think once it goes, it goes. Like I think that my guess is just like from like an inventory standpoint, like they're gonna keep it until it sells out and then they'll just be done with it and they won't make any more.
Because what my
Right?
understanding was the branding, we get the branding November 6th,
Well,
but we
they
don't
haven't
use it
actually,
yet.
they haven't
That's
actually
what we've
said that
heard.
out loud. They just said that there's a special media announcement coming November 6th. Right.
Ah,
But, the PWHL, I will tell you, this is the one funny thing about this league. They're the worst at keeping secrets, like of
But in
anybody.
a good
so bad at
way.
keeping secrets.
They leak it in a good way, like
No, it's
to,
good.
garner support and
Yeah.
garner excitement. I think so.
No,
I'm
I
like,
think it's
she's
great.
the PR
They
expert, so
they really do because I'll go on Instagram, special announcement. And they know what
Yes.
we're all in. They know what we're all expecting. They know what we've been talking about leading up to this special announcement they've got.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but they don't actually say it though.
No,
They
No,
never say it.
but we're gonna be well, I'm gonna be. Patty unfortunately has to work.
And
but
Brian.
And Brian, yeah, Brian.
Clink.
Oh yeah, we got to clink because we say Brian's name. That's our new thing. When we say Brian, we clink. And Ava, I think all three of us are planning to
I have
go
to work.
to the media event that's here. So as soon
That's
as I
awesome.
know, as soon as I hear that it spurt out of somebody's mouth, like I'm gonna blast it out there so we all know what the name is. Because as we said on last week's episode, it's just like that's the first question everyone asks me is
What's
like,
her name?
I'm so excited. I can't
yeah.
wait to see.
Okay,
Because
so
I had a
what are
list
you
of names. I'm
predicting? What
so
are you
excited.
predicting? I want to hear.
I really wish it could be Valkyries, but it's not. It's
Mm.
100% not gonna be Valkyries because the
Why do you say
WNBA
100%
team,
not?
Oh yeah.
WNBA team, and then I feel like it's kind of an easy name to go with, and people wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Um, Mountaineers would be cool. I thought that would be
Mm.
interesting, but I don't know if that was like too like male centric of a name. I don't really know. That's why I didn't post that one because I didn't know what
Yeah.
my reaction would be. Uh, what else did I think? Thunderbirds would be cool if UBC didn't have that as their thing already.
Yeah. Well, and there's a
Um,
WHL team that's Thunderbird
Yeah.
here in Seattle. So yeah.
yeah, I don't really know. Someone in my comments mentioned totems, and I was like, I don't really know if you want to mess with, you
Yeah,
don't want to
that's
disrespect
indigenous.
native
Yeah.
culture like that.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, don't
Not in
mess with
this day
that.
and age, right?
Yeah. No.
But
For
I don't
sure.
really know what, just based off the colors of the uniform, do you go like a nautical vibe? Do you go like a nature vibe? Like there's so many things out there that they
Yeah.
could go with. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So excited though. What
Yeah.
do you
I
guys
know.
think that Seattle's gonna go with?
I've said all along I do not want to get like caught up in any one name and be disappointed. And so like that's why I'm trying not. But like I think the thing that we've glommed onto that I mean it would be amazing if it would happen is the C.
The C.
The SEA.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like the first three letters of the
Yeah.
name,
Like
and
there'd just be a
going
lot that
into
would be
the C.
yeah, the C.
And
But
yeah,
I don't know if
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I was
I
thinking
get
about this. I
go
was thinking
ahead.
about this for y'all the other day. If the New York Sirens weren't called that, you guys could have
Oh,
the
a
Sirens and
hundred
the Kraken in the
Totally have
same
that.
team.
Yes.
100%. Like the Sirens, like it is such a nightmare fail
That would
that
be
New
so
York got
awesome.
the Sirens first because I mean because that is like a used to live here like that's a PNW like
That would be
thing.
so
Yeah,
awesome.
I know that was
Sirens
the
and
first.
Kraken
Maybe
in the
they'll give it
same
up for us.
place.
Maybe there's been a backroom deal and they've given up sirens for us.
No way. They played 2
I
seasons.
mean, honestly,
No.
you never know in the PWHL. That could be a thing that
I mean
happens.
it could
They
be,
do
but
think outside the box.
I don't.
Let's say it.
A name
What?
They
trade?
think outside the box.
They
They're
do
not-
think they
it's
do
not gonna
think
happen.
yeah, it's not gonna happen. They're not
A
taking
name
it.
trade would be sick though.
Ooh. First ever name trade in
I don't
in a sports league.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, that would just be like, I mean, I say that and then it's like, yeah, they do everything like in a completely different way than anybody else does. So
Yeah.
So awesome. I'm spreading the propaganda right now. Name trade, guys. New York and Seattle. Seattle Sirens
You
next
heard it
season.
I think you
here
heard it
first.
first. I love it. I love it. Oh, okay. Well, babe, you have any last words?
I
before-
just have one quick question that's kind of been burning in my mind since you started talking really early and you said you played one game of football and that was it for you. Like, what was it that was like, this is not for me?
Got hit too hard.
Okay.
you probably shouldn't become a hockey player. I'm just gonna put
I
that
got
out there.
hit way too hard. If I ever play hockey, I'm doing no body checking.
No
I don't
contact.
care.
There's no flag hockey though.
Why?
Flag hockey.
Let's get that started, man. Let's get that started.
That's really
I love it.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Cameron. This
of
has been
course.
amazing.
It's been very fun talking to you for real. And
And
I'm just glad that we like ran across each other in the universe and that this
Yeah.
happened. This
Yeah.
happened.
And the
So,
rivalry is on.
this is for
It's
real,
happening.
guys.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
happening.
And you have to come up for a game. I don't care, Seattle, Vancouver. We'll make it to Vancouver. I want it to be Seattle, Vancouver when you come and we go together.
Yeah.
But wherever it happens, I would love to see that.
I would love it. Yeah, it'd be so much fun.
Course.
It'd be, I mean, you're not, there's no way you're getting a passport between now and the 21st of November, but I'd be like, it'd be so cool if you could come up for that game. But
I can't wait to
it's
see
okay.
all the content everybody makes, man. It's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
for sure. For
Awesome.
sure. So sad you're not going to be there, but we will keep you updated. And I know
Mhm.
that we'll have words no matter who wins.
Of course.
Thanks for kicking off our rivalry week.
Yes,
Cameron.
thank you, Cameron, so much.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Oh.
And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.